All right, everybody, we are live. I want to welcome everyone to Happy Hour Live Chat. I'm Jerry with Big J Knives.
What's going on, guys? It's Kevin with Boston Blade Reviews.
All right, now if you can't tell, Kevin's a little under the weather. He been really sick this week. Kevin, you want to talk about that?
Well, I was sick. Yeah, man, I was sick as a dog last week. I'm not even over it yet, but this is popping up that our lives on. I'm not even over it yet, but yeah, I had like a mix between just a real bad cold and like a flu. It's just seriously, it's just something that's been lingering for over a week now. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
I got back to work. I probably shouldn't have, but I went back to work on Friday, and I don't know if that made things better or if it made things worse. But I couldn't sit home anymore, so
Yeah, man. Sitting home, I can't do it. It's hard for me to do. And my job's a lot easier than yours, so I couldn't imagine being in the back of one of them trucks just miserable, fucking heat and fucking.
but I wouldn't say easy, man. You do what you got. I've seen some of your stuff over there, man. You got to put your work into. It's just the fact that you feel like crap. You don't want to freaking get up in the morning and go there. But
Oh, yeah.
I just couldn't sit home anymore, man. But I'll be all right. We'll make it through it.
Oh, yeah. And I want to take time to thank everyone that's here.
Myself,
I'm actually typing it in right now. I want to say hello, everyone. I want to thank everybody for being here. Guys, without you, we really would be nowhere with this. So we want to thank the fans out there. And it really does go a long way. And Kevin has some good topics he wanted to cover tonight. Do you want to talk about, kind of the path we're going to take tonight?
Yeah. So yeah, but before I get into that, I just want to say the same thing. Thank you guys for being here, for supporting myself and Big J. I want to talk about something. I'm going to talk about it again in the middle of this live, but I'm going to say it now. I know there's some people in here. First of all, Paul, I see your name just popped up. Paul, Big J sent out your package. Did Tom? Tom must have, right?
I don't know. I don't know if Tom did or not. I did talk to Paul, and he told me it landed, and but I don't know about Tom's stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, what I wanted to say is, Paul, hang in there, buddy. Mine I have it right here. It's going to be sent out. I was sick last week, like I was just talking about. I didn't go to work for 2 days. It's going to be out I'll be sending out this upcoming week, man. So don't worry about it. It's already as good as in the mail. But Paul, again, congratulations for winning that. What I wanted to talk about, well, first of all, hey, Mike Curtis, you're here. Northstar Knife Reviews, Addicted to Blades, PNW, fun stuff. Guys, stick around. We're actually gonna me and Big J were talking. We're gonna do a giveaway, guys, in the middle of this live. So stick around. Not right now, but in the middle of this live, we're gonna be giving away a couple of cool things. What's up, Thrifty?
We got Georgia Adventure in here.
Yep, Georgia Adventure, brand new American. And guys, if you ain't subscribed to Big J or myself, subscribe. Like I said, we're gonna be doing that giveaway. You got to be subscribed to Big J and myself. Just something we want to throw out to you guys as an appreciation for you guys. For you guys supporting us.
Yeah, tell your friends, get over here, text them, say, hey, come watch Happy Hour Live Chat with us.
We got
something. Might win a blade.
We got something cool for you guys. And again, guys, this is just to show our appreciation. We talked about this, and you guys are here every week, and we wanted to just do something to show our appreciation. The next thing was, so was that, and then, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of, so we were talking about, we're going to show some knives that when we first started collecting, what knives they were. Do we still have them? Yeah, I have a lot of the first knives when I first started collecting, and I'm sure Big J does too. So we're going to show off some knives and maybe some stories that when we first started this adventure of, collecting knives, we're going to show off those knives. And I think it's going to be a fun show, guys. So that's what we have for you today. Big J, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I actually just named the chat, things we haven't shown yet. And I think that is a lot of the stuff that we haven't shown is things that, because everyone gets on here and we want to show these high dollar, and me and you don't have a ton of high dollar blades. I mean, we collect basically layman's type, we're working man type knives, and that's what we have. And, but yeah, I've got some over here to the left of me that I pulled out of my, guys, if it looks different in here, I converted my middle bedroom into like an office / knife room. Me and my wife busted our humps today. I haven't recorded any videos today, just a little gym short. But I got home from the gym and we just tackled this. So I got a truck loaded out there, a trailer loaded full of stuff to take to the dump, and I got me a new knife room. It's not pretty, but it's mine. It's my little area. So
It is pretty. He's just being yeah. It looks actually good in there. He showed it to me.
yeah, it needs painted, needs new flooring. But you know, I had 2 boys that come through this room, so and they were 5 years apart. And you know how boys are on their bedrooms, man. They tore it to hell. But Boston, do you want to go first and show one that got you started? Like when we first started collecting, I'd say I really didn't get heavy into it till probably, oh man, I want to say 06, 07.
Okay. Yeah. 06, 07. So yeah, to be honest with you guys, I didn't start collecting knives until it was actually about 3 years ago, between 3 and 4 years ago. And I've mentioned that before. I haven't been collecting knives for 20 years. I mean, I had knives 20 years ago, but I haven't started collecting knives until about 3 or 4 years ago. The first knife that I ever got was this one right here. And I'm not going to show all bucks, but I'm just going to show you the first knife that got me. And excuse my voice, guys. Like I said, I'm still sick, still feel like crap. But yeah. So this knife right here, the 112. That was this was actually the first knife that I when I started collecting knives. This was the first knife that I wanted right here. Was just a good old buck 112. And I'm not going to show all bucks because there was other brands I got when I started as well. But yeah, just the 112. What happened was I was talking to a friend on YouTube, and he had a bunch of buck knives, and you know, I just took a liking to them right away. You guys know me and my buck knives, and I took a liking to them right away. And I was gonna get the 110, but I just didn't go that route because the 110 has that big 4-inch blade on it, and I really didn't find much use that in my life for that something that big. I wanted something I could take to work, and the 112 with that 3-inch blade is just a perfect work knife. You know what I mean? If it fit in my pocket, yeah, it is kind of a little bit heavier, but for me, I don't really care about that stuff. And the 112 worked perfect. So this was actually the first knife that when I started collecting, this is the first one that I got right here.
It feels so good. The 112, and man, I set this room up all wrong. My bucks are facing too far away from me, but the 112 to me, it feels so good in my hand. Like it feels better than the 110. I don't know what it is about it. I got to get mine.
Yeah. Well, what I think the difference is, Georgia Adventurer, how Thrifty Knifty, what's up, man?
Randy's on here.
Silverbeard EDC, what's going on, guys? I'm seeing some new names in the chat here. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Like I said, there's going to be a giveaway about halfway through this. Stick around, be subscribed, guys. But yeah, so sorry, Big J, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm just showing it. It feels so good.
Yeah, there's just something about the 112, guys. There's just something about it. That 110 is a classic, iconic knife. And you know, that was probably, well, I'm not going to say that, but it's just a classic, iconic knife. But there's something about that 112, guys, the way that it fits in your hand, and that it's just perfect. And I always talk about that curve right here, that wraps right around your finger there. I love that.
So look at the screen. Silverbeard EDC says, y'all tried the 112 Sport with the thumb studs, micarta and clip. And it's funny because Boston owns every 112 and 110 you can think of. And that's actually the one you sent me that'll be here Monday, correct?
Monday. Yeah, so Silverbeard EDC. I'm not sure, Silverbeard, if I've seen your name. Maybe Big J.
Yeah, I may have, but this is the first time I think we threw a comment up on him.
Yeah, Silverbeard, welcome, man. Welcome. Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, guys, because I just want to show our appreciation. Stick around, subscribe. There's going to be a giveaway in the middle of this. The 112 Sport. Yeah, I have. I have, and I don't mean to sound anyway, but I have a majority of the 112s and 110s, and that's my favorite one. My wife actually got that for me for our anniversary, and it has I don't have it here because it's in the mail on the way to Big J, but yeah, it has the micarta in the middle here. It has the torque screws. It has that aluminum, the black aluminum. I love that knife, man. That's actually my favorite 112 that Buck ever came out with. The one you just mentioned, that's my favorite 112, and that's on the way to Big J right now. He wanted to check it out. I think personally he's gonna like it so much he's gonna buy one, but we'll see how that goes.
I tell you what, I was on DLT Trading and a couple other sites, and I knew you were sending it to me. I'm like, I cannot buy this without checking it out, doing a video, because I like that you're sending that to me, because what I'm going to do is I can compare it to my 112, weigh it, measure it, feel it, and I know it's going to be for me, but what if it isn't? But it's going to be. I'm going to like it. So
to me that 112 Sport Pro, to me that one is just it's just leagues above the rest. Now you have the 112 Torque, the 112 TRX. I have it. It's here, right here. So you have this one here, the 112 TRX, and I still haven't showed you. I still haven't sent you this one. I'll send this one out to you. But this is a fantastic 112, guys. I wish this was coming in better. I don't know if it's my lighting here or what, but they call it the TRX because you have the torque screws, and you really can't even see that. Actually, this side, I'm sorry. So you can see the torque screw there. So you can take this apart, clean it out. This has S30 or S35, S30 VN blade. Now, this is a great EDC too. Don't get me wrong. I love this one. But it's just something about the 112 in the micarta that really, really, man, that micarta makes it so much better. And just the way that it's designed with the aluminum, it's the best one in my eyes.
Dude, micarta just, there's something about when you use it. Like today, I was working on this room all day. I had my Spyderco in micarta on me. And I know we're supposed to be talking about stuff that got us started.
It don't matter.
But I had this one, and I pulled it out of my pocket to use it. Man, it was just soaked, and it was taking on all that sweat, and I just like that. I don't know why.
Well,
it's not like plastic where it just rolls off of it. It kind of soaks it in and kind of lives with you.
What it is it's a patina.
Yes,
it's a patina. So you get a patina on leather, but you also can get a patina on micarta. So you see the darker spots in that handle right there. That's a patina. That's from sweat. That's from oil. That's from the oils from your hand. All of that stuff, and that patina makes it yours. No.
And you hold it mostly. I do around the pivot, like when I'm playing with it and jacking around and stuff.
Yeah.
So all that, it just soaks in all that love, all that. Gives it character.
It does. And that's the same thing like with leather. When you get a leather wallet, it has patina, it gives it character. Same thing. Micarta just soaks in those oils from your hands, man. And it makes it your own.
Speaking of wallets.
Saw Grunt. What's up to Saw Grunt? He said, I love micarta. Absolutely.
Speaking of wallets, Boston sent me this one. Guys, this is on another level. This is going to be my summertime jam. I'm about 4 blocks from Dairy Queen. We love taking the dogs up there on a hot day. We'll take them up there and get them a pup cup because we can stay in the grass all the way there. We just cross the road, and there's ball fields in between us and the Dairy Queen. So that's going to be my jam for Dairy Queen and fishing because I can throw my fishing license in there, a couple of bucks, keep it high up on my pack because I don't go above my waist. So
yeah,
I never fall.
For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure that most of you guys here do, you guys are here every week. Hey, what's up, Jersey Knife Guy? See, just joined the chat. But for those of you guys that don't know, and Sean, what's going on, Sean? Me and Big J, we started this YouTube thing pretty much together here, and we just really, what we do is, you guys know it, you see it, we look out for each other. We he sends me things and I send him things to review. He actually just sent me the gunny. I didn't get a chance to review it, guys. I was to be honest with you, my phone, because of everything that I have stored for work in there, I didn't have storage space. I was going out of my mind trying to delete things, but whatever. My point is he sends me things to review. I send him things to review. And the only reason I say that is, if you guys want to do that with somebody that you guys know, I'm not saying me or Big J. I'm just saying someone you guys know, you want to send them something to review. It's pretty cool because that person doesn't have to go out and buy it. They can check it out from one of you guys, see how they like it. and then send it back to you. And then if they want to buy it, they can buy it. But that's how me and Big J do it, man. I mean, that's my boy on here, and we always look out for each other like that. We send each other things, and JC Pipes. I'm sorry, JC Pipes Nye just followed you, by the way, Boston. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're subscribed to Big J, but go over and subscribe to him too. I appreciate your support. And like I said, there's going to be a giveaway in the middle of this video. Thank you very much for that. But yeah.
Who wants to moderate? Mike Curtis wants to moderate.
Yeah. If anyone wants to moderate, go ahead and you can let your name be known.
Yeah, and I'll try to assign somebody if I can remember how to do it, but golly.
Yeah, so yeah, we send things back and forth like that. But yeah, that's all I had on that one.
It's a great program. I call it like a program, because like he said, he's got some really great things, and I got some nice stuff too, and it's great that we can send them back and forth. But at the same time, he's not having to spend $200 to buy a gunny, to research it, to maybe not even use it for a year. He's able to feel it. He's able to know that, hey, this is for me. It's not for me. I don't know. Like for me, I just sent that damn Rosecraft Mohawk to everybody. Sent to you, sent to Doom Crew, and hey, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, it's a $30 knife. And if it gets lost in the mail, who cares? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the stuff I send back and forth to you, I usually put insurance on. Like that package I just mailed back to you, I put insurance on that. But
did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to send that through the mouth on insurance.
It only comes with 100.
Well, you can get more on the one I sent you. I got 150 because I know that one's 100 and one was 50. So,
okay. And it's not much for that insurance either.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I just want to say what's up, Patty Potato Peelers.
Ooh, Patty.
But yes, go ahead, Big J.
Well, I'll show one. So when I first moved here, I really got to know a guy out at the flea market who sold some knives, and I would always go meet up with him. And then after living here for like a year, actually not even a year, I was here not very long at all, and I was like, I really want a golden retriever. I got a female, then I got a male, then they bred, and I was selling dogs. And I know people got mixed feelings on selling dogs. I don't do it anymore, but I would vet the people and make sure they went to families. And I told them, hey, if that doesn't work out for you, bring that dog back to me. I'll refund you your money. I'll find a dog a different home. And that happened to us a couple of times. But I would set up out the flea market, try to advertise it and stuff. And I would take stuff out there to sell like tools or whatever, just I would do anything to make money, bro. And
okay.
Every time I would sell something, yes.
I'm sorry. Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Only because Sean Fleming just commented. Sean, I apologize, buddy. I was sick all week last week, man, and that's why this week your package will be out. Okay, Sean, I promise you that 100%. So I and also the sticker, man, too. I just seen your comment. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, no problem. So I would, every time I would sell something, I would go buy a knife. So one of the first ones I purchased off of him was this little case cigar jackknife. Now, they only made these up till 1977, but this is one that I bought when I was out there, and I've always held on to it. I've always kept it nice and clean. I've never carried it. It does have one tiny chip somewhere in the bone. I'm not exactly sure where, but if I looked hard enough, I'd find it. But this is just a beautiful specimen. And like I said, they only made these till 1977, and this is a 1977 knife. I don't know if you can tell, it's got the rounded S, and it should have 3 dots below the USA. So this is one of the first ones in like 06 or 07 that I got. And it really, I always had a case knife. I'd buy them, lose them, buy another one, lose it. But this is one when I first was like able to start really focusing on buying some quality knives. This was one I think I lucked into. I don't think he knew what this was. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really know what it was till probably 2 years ago when I was just cleaning out my stuff and trying to organize it. So I did some research on it because I was like, I don't see these anywhere. It was with my stockman. I really never paid attention to it, but a couple of years ago, I started doing research on it, and I was like, holy smokes, they don't even make that anymore. So it's kind of a special knife to me, and kind of one of the ones I purchased early on in my days, and I'll always have it. You know,
It's a nice knife.
thank you.
It's a very nice knife. One of the so a company I don't purchase much of, and I'm not saying that I don't like them, because they have some nice knives, but I just don't purchase a lot of their knives. Is Kershaw, and so one of the early knives that I purchased is I actually went, and I'm gonna say it. This knife can take a crazy beating because I drew this knife. I've done everything that you could think of that you shouldn't do with a knife, and this knife still is going strong. I don't know how. I tried breaking this thing at work. It's unbelievable. But I went to Walmart when I first started collecting knives, right? And I believe this is called the I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me, but you can get it at Walmart, right? But this one right here, it says Kershaw Speed Safe on it, on the blade. But this one right here, guys, this knife right here, when I first started collecting knives, you know, I was just buying some cheaper knives, especially ones that I found at Walmart. And man, I'll tell you, this thing right here, pretty good blade on it too. I like the design of it. I like the design of the blade on there. But if you guys know the exact name of this, let me know. It does say Kershaw Speed Safe. I don't know if that's it or not. But guys, I bought this one, and this is in the that HCR, you know, that MOV steel there. So, you know, just a kind of a budget steel, but that don't bother me. I don't mind sharpening a blade up. But yeah, this knife here, this knife I brought to work, I beat on this. I'm talking about beat on it. And Kershaw's new OTF. Okay. But yeah, this knife here can take a beating, guys. If you guys see this one at Walmart, you want something to work with, and it has that nice flipper tab, this knife can really take a beating. But this is one of the first knives that I got when I first started collecting knives. And JC Pipes Knives just said Kershaw's new OTF and launch off. I actually seen Big Red do a video on one of those this morning, on the Kershaw with the I believe it was OTF. I caught it briefly. But yeah, guys, that's the one of the first knives I started when I started collecting right there. And Don C just said that it's called the Husker. Okay, then that's the one right there. If that's what it's called, the Husker, this knife can take a beating. It really can. Big J, we can't hear you.
I hate when I do that. Well, like a lot of times when I got you soloed on mute and get a drink or something. But I know Jersey did a video on some Kershaws. It looked like a damn Cabela's counter set up over there. You know, they had like 30 of them. But someone actually texted me today asking me what I thought of a Kershaw. Well, I want to say a leak. You know, he rides horseback on trails. So I told him I don't own one. You know, I'm pretty honest with people. I don't own one. I only own like a couple of Kershaws. So, you know, I try to be as honest as I can. I try not to say stuff that's out of my wheelhouse, you know. So hey, try it out, you know. It's $80 and you don't like it, you know, go get you something different. That's all I can say.
Right.
But golly, I don't know how I want to go about this, but I received well, we'll get into that later. I received some gifts and I just want people to know that I appreciate them. And the reason I'm not going to mention it on here is because I want to do full-blown videos on them. So, guys, look out this next week. I'll have some good, interesting videos on some stuff I received this week. So I don't want to mention on here because I think it deserves a full-blown video, you know, as opposed to me just showing it on here. I hope everyone agrees with that. But if you don't, I'm sorry. I'll show you one I got for Christmas back in 1997, probably 1996 or 1997. And it's a little Craftsman, little Craftsman Stockman. Well, not little, but this thing right here, I got it as a gift from my wife's grandparents. You know, they were kind of humble people, you know, retired, worked their entire lives. And they had so many grandkids and so many nieces, nephews, and things like that. What they decided to do one year was re-gift stuff that they had received in the past and to make it cheaper on everybody. So I got this, So someone had received this, probably her grandfather. And yeah, I got this as a gift way back when. And it's a beautiful knife. I really hadn't used it much. I just shined it up really good after Mr. Knife Delights was on our channel last week and really put our knives to shame with his actual case paste that he uses. So yeah, look at that thing. I mean, it's a Craftsman. I would say it was probably made by Camelus. I'd say it's made by Camelus because it has this long pull right here. You guys can see that. As you know, that's
Who gave you that knife, Jay?
my wife's grandparents.
Nice, very nice.
So we'll look at a Camelus Stockman, a large Stockman. If we look at the nail pull on that long straight nail pull. So I'm going to assume that this Craftsman, along with some bucks and things like that, was made by Camelus. So that's one I got way back in I would say 90, like I said, 96, 97, somewhere in that era.
I really like that. That's a beautiful knife.
Yeah, it
Knife.
And it's wood too.
Yeah, is okay. Yep. Yeah, it's a very nice knife. I guess I'll just jump right in here. One of the other knives I got when I first started collecting. Now this was like kind of in between because I was collecting a lot of bucks, as you guys know, with all the bucks that I have. But I was getting knives in between too, and a lot of these knives I don't show on my videos or shorts. And real quick, guys, I just want to say something. I apologize for not having videos and shorts up last week, guys. Like I said, I was sick, and I kind of felt like, man, I'm kind of falling behind. But at the same time, I know you guys understand. I really did whatever I got, man. It took me right down. I was sick most of the week, guys. I was out of work and everything. But I apologize for that. I didn't have videos up and shorts, but I'm feeling better now, and I'm going to get some up. But this knife right here, guys, and I hope you guys bear with me through this process. But this one right here is a great knife from Benchmade. This is the Mini Griptilian, and this is a fantastic knife. I don't know why it's not really showing it too good, but the Mini Griptilian, and a lot of you guys know this knife. And as you can see from the clip here, I beat this up. This is all, I had this on my in my pants and stuff at work. But this is a fantastic work knife, guys. Just a fantastic work knife. You can get so much done with this knife. This is a heavy, I would consider this a fairly heavy use knife. You're not going to go down, baton in the house with it. But for work, yeah, man, this is just a great knife. The mini grip, and I really love this blade shape. Just because of the straight cuts that you can do with this, you find yourself doing so many different things with a blade style like that. There's many times where I'm just, I'm doing straight cuts, or it's fantastic for cutting through boxes. But again, that blade shape right there is just an excellent blade shape for work. And I know some people say that they could either hate it or they love it. And there's a lot of people that say I have no use for that. I totally get it. For me, this blade shape works. And the G10 on here is just a very nice G10, great work knife. And again, I love that hole that I don't know if I said Spyderco. I meant to say Benchmade. I may have said, but I love that hole that Benchmade put in here because it's just an easy opening, even with gloves on, with the size of this hole. So when I'm at work, I wear tight fitted gloves because I need to get into certain areas. And I can get in that hole and get this knife right open, and it's just a great work knife. So the Benchmade Mini Griptilian, fantastic knife.
And that is the best blade for that Griptilian. They have the normal blades on some of them.
Yep.
But that one there, if I was to get a Griptilian, that would be it. That blade.
It's phenomenal. It really
Oh,
is.
yeah. I don't know why all the grips don't have that blade, because a lot of them don't.
No, they don't.
A lot of them just have a...
And when I seen that one, I knew it because I like that blade shape.
Oh, yeah. I want to shout out What's the Point. That guy's got some shorts. I don't know what this dang knife store is at he goes to, but he went to, I think I sent you the buck display he was showing on a short like last week or something. He's in a a store somewhere, and he of course he's told me, but I can't remember, but that they allow him to go in there and like handle knives and shoot them. And what's the point, EDC?
Okay.
He's on here now, and he's got some great shorts with some really fantastic knives. So
Yeah,
if you guys need to subscribe to him. If you want to see some good quick shorts with some awesome blades, he's got them.
definitely. And what's the point? I think that I am subscribed to you. If I'm not, I'll make sure right after this video, I'll be over and subscribed to you.
Okay, I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Actually, he actually said what the name of the place is. Edgeworks Knife and Supply in Frederick, Maryland.
So they allow him to go in the store and actually do shorts and stuff like that. You know, that's kind of funny because I have a store that they allow me to do the same thing. Isn't it nice to have a place like that?
Oh, man.
Yeah. The store that I go to, the owner is actually friends with my family. And he lets me go in there, you know, and I can have the whole run. He lets me behind the counter. I'm in the back he lets me go actually into like the back of the store where no one's allowed and go through older knives that are not even displayed. I'm talking about bucks from the 70s, bucks from the 80s that are not even displayed. And man, it's so fun. It's like going back in time. But nice people for letting me do that.
Yeah, Lee lets me do that at the flea market. Like, he'll let me open anything and do anything because he really trusts me. But if I was to try that at a store here, you'd see my mugshot on TV.
Well, yeah, you know what it is you build trust with people. So I've been at that store now for a little while, and every time I go in there, I drop at least $100, and you know, I just know him, and he knows that I'm not going to do something stupid like that, and that's why he allows me to do that.
And while we're talking about other people, I cannot go without mentioning the video that Georgia Adventure put out this week.
Please do, because I want to talk about it too.
Dude, that spurred something in me, and it spurred something in a lot of people. I mean, he put out that video. Georgia Adventure put out a great, I think it was just a car chat. Well, it's kind of like how I do it, you know, in his car, but he was sitting still. Mine's usually as I'm driving, but don't do that. But it was just a great video. And then Erica EDC put out like a response video telling her story. It was a fantastic story. How she went through kind of her childhood, getting to know blades, and then getting into the Instagram part of it, just because someone had noticed her pictures. And then she rolled that into YouTube, and then she ended up, I think, deleting her Instagram, and now she started all over fresh after selling blades to get. Yeah, it was a fantastic story. So I recommend if you haven't watched Georgia Adventures and Erica EDC's video, please go do so.
I would definitely highly suggest, if you haven't seen that one from Georgia and that one from Erica EDC, you got to get over there. When Georgia put up his video, now that video, and I'm just going to take a break from a knife here for a minute. I think you're up anyways right after. But when Georgia put up that video, it just struck something in me because of the way that Georgia was talking about, thanks, BJ Boss. The way that he was talking about how he grew up back in, you know, when he was a young guy, when he was growing up, because that's just the way, you know, I'm not 60 years old, but my family, that's the way I grew up as well, though, is I didn't have anything, and I'm not trying, I'm just being honest. There was nothing given to us as kids. Like, you didn't, and you worked for what you got. And there was no, you know, nowadays it's like you see some certain situations where, you know, kids, they don't want dinner and their parents will make them an extra dinner. It wasn't like that. My mother was like, you don't like that, then you can eat tomorrow.
Go to bed hungry. Yeah,
it wasn't like it is today. Even in work. I mean, I was working with my stepfather when I remember working with him at a young age, you know, and then when I was in my teens, I used to help him out. And if I didn't do a good job, if I didn't work up to his standards, right? He was a painter, but if I didn't work up to his standards, he didn't pay me out at the end of the day. And that's a fact. You know, I could work from 7 a.m. till 5, 6 o'clock at night. And if I slipped up and I wasn't, you know, if we were painting and I was whatever, he'd be like, Kev, I'm not paying you, man. I'm not paying you. But work was everything. And it's just a different time. You know, my mother, like I said, she would, if you didn't like what she was serving for dinner, or there was no okay, I'll make this for you. But anyways, my point is, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. My point is everything Georgia was saying is just spot on, you know. And I didn't have also computers in my home growing up. Never. You would never see a computer, an iPhone. Well, iPhones weren't around back then, but none of that stuff. We went out and we played, you know. And he talked a lot about that, and it was really fun to watch that video because it's just so true of the old school and how it was. And I just, you know, it just struck a chord because it's just a very great video. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. Absolutely, I would definitely say go watch it.
Yeah, and actually, my car chat, that was the second take. What I put up was the second video because I kind of wanted to do a response to it, and I started talking, and I looked down. It was 20 minutes long, and I was getting into some personal heavy stuff, and I'm like, I can't do that. I automatically deleted it and started over, and just did kind of like a normal car chat like I usually do because I was parked at the pool by the gym where I work out in the shade, so I could spend some time on it, and I got into some. I got too deep. You know, stuff like me and you talk about, and I'm like, I can't do that. And I started all over. And I could tell it spurred something in you because your response to that, to George's video, like your comment on his video, yeah man. Like you might be, what are you? You're like 37, right? 37, 38. 30. But I mean, to me, you're an old soul. You know what I mean? When me and you talk and the things we talk about, you know, you're an old soul. You like me, you like Georgia.
It's just the way I grew up, Jay. It's just the way. It's the way that I grew up because when you grow up in a situation where like kind of like I did, you know, that young mentality goes away quick. That young way of thinking just goes away quick because you got to grow up. You know what I'm saying? I feel man. Kids don't grow up today sometimes. You know, it's just like they stay this young, you know, but that's another situation.
Yeah. At the end of mine, I started talking about my mom but I didn't get into a lot of stuff. So I was like, I had to reshoot it. But anyway, if we want to get back to blades, you just showed a Benchmade, right?
Yep, you're up.
So my first I don't want to say high dollar, but because now there's stuff a lot more expensive. But my first real EDC blade, my youngest son and my wife actually went in together and got it for me, I think, for Christmas or birthday. But it's the old 940, fellas. I've did a couple of videos on this blade. It's a good one. The Omega Sprigs did fail 9 months into having it. So I sent it directly back because I got this at Cabela's. No, Bass Pro Shop. I'm sorry, Bass Pro over in Peoria, Illinois. And of course, I'm a box and paper junkie. So I immediately got a hold of Benchmade and sent this in during, I forget when it was, but I think it took them 3 months to get it back to me. And you know, of course, I'm on forums and I'm talking and people are like, well, just go on Etsy and get the aftermarket spring. Like, dude, you pay $210 for a knife and you want me to go on Etsy and spend more money, repair it myself after spending that kind of money. That's a no-go, bud. That's a no-fly zone for Big J. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to do that.
Talking about the 40, that's one knife I don't own that I've always wanted to get my hands on.
I'll send it.
Trigger.
Yeah, I'll on our next thing, just let me know and I'll send it to you and let you check it out because I don't really carry it. I carry it once in a great while.
Yep.
And it's a good blade. I put the deep pocket carry clip on there. I do that with all my Benchmades because a lot of them don't come with a deep pocket. And but I don't own a lot of Benchmades. I think I own 3. So you know, I'm not going to sit here and act like I got a bunch of them. But yeah, it's a great
with that blade shape.
All the 940s, no, because my son actually got one. I think it had a G10 or some type of handle, and it actually had a drop point, and a clip point, and he hated it
because I see have that blade shape.
He hated it because he would visit, and I'd have this one, and I'd be like, your 940 ain't as good as mine. He goes, I know it. Hey, we got 31 people in here though.
What's that?
We got 31 people in here.
Awesome. Guys, stick around. Like I said, there's going to be something in the middle of this giveaway. In the middle of this video.
Yeah.
While you were showing that, I didn't even pick a knife. Why don't you talk to him for a minute? I'm going to
Jersey said, great blade. I had his sharpened by Apostle P, and I was going to actually send Apostle P my my Bark River that came unsharpened. And I even reached out to Apostle P. And he's like, yeah, send it over at $25. I'll get it sharp for you. But I actually went on and watched his video on how to do convex sharpening really good. And I just did it myself. And it turned out great.
So, so this one here, guys, when I was getting into collecting, obviously Spyderco kept popping up, because when I was getting into collecting, I was watching some videos and this and that, and like I said, I didn't get into collecting a long time ago. I'm pretty, 3 or 4 years ago, I only started getting into collecting knives, but Spyderco started popping up a lot of course they did, on YouTube and everywhere else, and I didn't have the money I did, but I didn't want to spend that type of money, but I didn't have the money for a crazy Spyderco. So I was looking at their budget line, and I say that this is their best, but I have a few budget ones for Spyderco, but I say that this is their best budget one in their line as far as action goes. This is the and I put this lanyard on there, but this is the Spyderco Ambitious, and I'm losing my voice already, but the Spyderco Ambitious, and the action on this, guys, is just insane. You can hear that pop. It's not a big knife, but I love this knife for work. The Spyderco Ambitious. When I bought this, it was like, oh god, I don't know. Don't quote me, but it's not expensive. It's part of their budget line. G10. You got that Spyderco pocket clip. This comes in that 18 CR, 13 MOV. So it's definitely a budget steel, budget blade, and just great action on it, guys. For work, I love it. That action is just fantastic. I got this one, and I got the Tenacious. The Tenacious is another beast of a knife, guys. For work and stuff, you can really beat on that. But this one right here, you can beat on this one too. The Spyderco Ambitious, and I believe they're still line lock. And I believe that they're still selling this. There's no reason I don't think that they are. But yeah, just that action is awesome on this knife. I love Spyderco. Mainly the reason is because of this hole right here. And I only say that because it's for work. It's easy to deploy the blade when you're wearing gloves. And that's one of the main things I like about Spyderco. But they also just make great stuff too. But the Spyderco Ambitious.
Definitely. I want to help someone ask a question, and I want to help them out. So here we go. PNW Fun Stuff says, question at Big J. I have case XX. My father says over 100 years old. I could not seem to find an exact date of manufacture. Do you have any suggestions, considering you have quite the case collection? Yeah, I'll show you one here real quick. This is a 1920 through 1940 case knife. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, and I'm going to try. Oh, man, it says case, and it's got a long tail on it, and then below that, it'll say tested. So it'll case with a long C under the word case. It'll say tested XX, and that is a 20 through 40. And also, you can also send me an email, and I'll show you as well. And also, if you Google how to date case knives, it'll have that on there. But this is a Barlow from 20 through 40. This is one of my prized possessions that I got lucky enough to purchase. Man, I wish you could just see it better, brother. But man, if you Google it, how to date case knives, and I think on Shepherd Hill's website as well, they will have that information for you as well. And I hope I helped you, because that's what we like to do here on Happy Hour Live Chat. So
yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. We'll throw them up there, and I'm watching in the comments also. If you guys have a question, just put it on there, and we'll put it up on the screen.
And James Stork said, I heard Peoria Bass Pro. Yes, that is my closest Bass Pro, watching from Central Illinois. I live in Central Illinois as well. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm at, but I am about an hour and 40 minutes east of that Bass Pro shop. So, hello, neighbor. We'll say that. How does that sound? So you went last with a knife that you started collecting. I'll pull up another one. This right here is a little case Texas Jack. I believe this is a 1987 model.
Can you blow that up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I always forget to do that on myself for some reason.
I like that handles on that.
Yeah, I need to pay for a better StreamYard so I can get the 1080. But This is a 1980. Yeah, 87. I believe it's got 3 dots on it, but it's got the lightning bolt S. But this thing right here is pristine as well, and I got it the same way I got the other one. You know, I was out at the flea market selling some stuff, and every time I'd sell something, I'd go buy me a knife. You know, I did that for, I don't know, maybe a year. So I'd always go talk to Lee, and me and Lee have become good friends, and I help him sell stuff now. But this knife right here is one of those knives I probably got for about $25 or $30 back then. But if we look, this thing's never been used. It's never been sharpened. So it's one of those, like I say, you don't have to go out and spend $300 on every single knife to have a good collection. You can start with stuff like this, and you can find stuff like this still today, probably for around 45 or 50 bucks if you're at the right place. You know, you definitely want to look for the stuff that's in it. I would say 80s and 70s. I mean, 70s is you're going to pay a little more if it's in this kind of shape. But I mean, if you can get something like this in the 80s, you know, it's a great way to start, guys. It is a fantastic way to start out.
It's a beautiful knife as well, Jay.
Yeah, I got another one too. I forget what year. I think it's a 2012, and it don't hold a candle to that one. And I paid $35 for this, which means I paid $30 because the price tag's still on the box. So again, you don't have to spend a fortune. You can start just with stuff like that. And I said that in a live before. You know, you don't have to break your bank if you don't want to, or you don't, you know, like me back then, I didn't have the means. So I had 2 kids in school. I was mowing grass. I was working 2 jobs. I was doing everything possible. And
shoveling snow.
Dude, I was just doing it all. Like when that one job of mine was ending and I knew it, I started working extra help at the place I work now. I started my own mowing business. And then they called and offered me a job, a full-time job. And I didn't want to take it. I was like, yeah, this is too much fun doing my own thing. But I had to, you know, the benefits and stuff. You know how it is.
Absolutely, yeah. This knife I'm going to show here, guys, this is another Spyderco. Like I said, when I first got into knives, I was into Buck, but I also was into Spyderco as well. Spyderco is a great brand to me. Not everyone, to each their own. But this isn't so much it's not a budget knife. This one's a little bit more expensive. But this is the Spyderco Little Native. And I love this knife from Spyderco. This is the Little Native, and this is the one with the backlock. I purposely got the one with the backlock. And just a great knife from Spyderco, guys. The blade, I love the blade on it. Great work knife. But look at that blade shape on there, guys. This is a USA made knife, Golden, Colorado. But you know, you don't always need, I'm not the type of person, some people like big knives. I don't need a huge knife like that. For work or just to carry, this is more, well, I should say this is all I need right here. This will get the job done. And I just love the backlock on this. You know, you get that added security with that backlock. Backlocks, they're known for their security in locking up the blade. And I love this knife, guys. Again, this is, you know, made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. The Little Native. If you guys you want to check out a pretty cool, they definitely have this still, a cool little knife, a good little knife. Check out the Little Native. Just a great knife from Spyderco. And again, when I first started collecting, I was into Spyderco as well. I have numerous Spydercos, and this is probably one of my favorites. The Para 3 is my number 1, but definitely the Little Native.
So I was going to say we're at 50 minutes, like 49 and some change. Do we want to do the giveaway right now? Do we want to show what we're going to give away?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I have a Mora Basic 511, and I'm going to send some swag. I'm going to send a couple of these coasters. J.O. Ventures Outdoors, because I've got a lot of them, because of course I've gotten some sheaths off of him, or some slips off of him and stuff. And of course you'll get my decals and some other swag. But those are the 2 items I'm going to give. What do you got, Boston?
So we got the this is from Off Grid Knives, and something a little different, guys. Again, I was just talking about it. You don't need a big knife, right? But it comes. I have the box for this Off Grid. This is the Fat Boy EDC. This Fat Boy EDC is built. It's overbuilt. It's actually overbuilt. So here's the knife here. This is an overbuilt knife. Definitely very sturdy knife. This has the button for the, sort of show here. It has a first of all, I'm sorry, deep carry pocket clip. This is Aus 8 steel. As nothing wrong with Aus 8 as long as you don't mind sharpening your knives. It doesn't always have to be a S90V. But there's the back of it, the front of it there. You got your blade right there. And again, guys, it has that hole in there. So if you got some, work gloves on or whatever, but it's just very easy opening with that hole in that blade. There's the front of it. Now you have this button here, which is how you're going to close your knife. You can press that button, knife comes right down. All right. That's the way that you're going to close it. So it locks up with that button right there. Again, guys, this is a button lock. Just a great knife from, from Off Grid. It's called the Fat Boy EDC. So I bought this knife. I used it a couple times. It has no wear on it. It's brand new, guys. Brand new button lock, the Fat Boy EDC. And we're going to be giving these away here in a minute. What we'll do is, I guess we can do it now.
Yeah.
If Jay, if you want to write down,
okay.
Cool.
I'm actually going to put it in the first sheet of Georgia Adventures notebook he gave me. I'm going to put it in the first sheet. I'm going to circle it. And I've already got. We're going to do a number right between 1 and 100.
Yeah. So I'll pick a number. I'm not going to tell anybody.
I thought I was writing the number down.
Yeah. So in between. So guys, a number between 1 and 100.
So
you guys can start shooting those numbers now.
And you want me to write the number down, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I've already written it down. I circled it. It's on the first sheet.
You got it.
So what we'll do is we'll go this till it hits about 54 minutes. So guys, start turning in your numbers. Put them in the comments. And we'll see what all we got here. Boston, are you tracking them?
Yep, I'll track them. I got everyone writing them, sending them right now.
Okay. But yeah, guys, it's been a pretty fun week here at BigJ's Knives. I want to talk also. I did a video on it, but Northstar, he actually sent me a pretty cool blade too. He sent me that CRKT knife, and it is a fancy. Oh, right there it is. So look at this thing, man, that Northstar sent me. I sent him that Victorinox. I don't even know what model it is because I don't know anything about them. But he sent me this little frame lock, man.
Can I see it? Can you pull that up?
Yeah. What I say, we're going to go to 54 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, we're 53:13. So if you haven't turned your numbers in, get on it.
Yeah.
But look at that. I mean, that's so nice of him to do that.
I still haven't had a CRKT. Those are nice knives.
And you could tell he tuned it. He's done something to it. He's made the action so smooth on it that it's unbelievable. I don't know what he must have oiled it, tuned. I don't know, but it's fantastic.
All right. So what we're doing it at 54 minutes.
Yep.
So a few more seconds here, guys. And again, thank you guys for supporting our channel. Big J's doing, you guys that have been watching Big J, he's been putting videos out, shorts out. He's right around the corner from that 1K, guys. And he's going to be there soon. And again, guys, I apologize. I just been sick. I wasn't able to put in any videos last week or any shorts. As you can see, I'm still sick with it, but I'll have some more stuff coming out. And I apologize for that, guys.
All right, we're over 54, but the number I wrote down and I circled was 37, and I seen that someone actually chose that number, so I wrote his name down real quick just now. It looked like James Stork landed on. Did anyone else choose the number 37?
So I'm going to go through them right now.
Yeah, go through them. But I seen him put that in there, and I was like, I got to write that down real quick, and I shouldn't have wrote it on the same sheet, but I did. But
yeah, James Stork has 37.
I don't see any other 37s on there.
I did not see any. If anyone did write 37, let me know, and I'll go back and double check it. but
Yeah.
I only see that 37.
Which is all. I can't believe someone hit it right on the money, because last week we had to go through twice, and then we're like, we try to count and all that stuff. So that's awesome that he won.
Yeah, that's the only 37, James Stork.
So James, what you need to do is go to my homepage on YouTube, and in the bio, I have it actually listed under my bio, what my email is. So go in there and hit me up. And if you can't find it, not a problem. Just let me know. And, just comment on one of my videos or something. But you're going to win what Boston's showing. And, of course, we'll send our decals with this, too. I'm not going to send this without some Big J Knives decals.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen them floating around.
Yep. Great small little knife here.
Sharp Guy ATX asked why 37, because we were talking a little bit ago, and Boston, I asked him if he was 37, and he said yes, and it just stuck in my mind.
No, I was 36.
So I said 37. You nodded your head, so I was like,
yeah.
So that's why I honestly wrote down 37 and circled it. So I showed you the sheet blank before, and then I probably shouldn't have wrote his name down, but I just seen it real quick, and I wanted to do it real fast. But
it's as long as 37 was the number, and he got
it was. It definitely was. So yeah, guys. Hey, remember, it's in my bio. It'll say, if you go to my homepage and look, it'll be in there for you to email me your address.
Congratulations to the winner.
Yes, definitely. That's awesome. I love giving stuff away. I got a whole box of giveaway stuff underneath this computer right here. So it's nothing.
Yeah, I think it's nice to get involved with people and being able to give away things like that. So that's a cool little giveaway. Enjoy that stuff. I think that, am I up or you up on a knife right now?
I did the 940.
And then I did the Spyderco.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that one I was shining up before we went live, because Mr. Knife Delights made me feel so bad last week with them shiny blades. But this is a case knife. Look at this shiny thing.
Love that knife.
Candy stripe. It came in this tin right here. The tin's just beat to hell. Lee had it at the flea market, so this is rattling up and down the road in the back of his van, scratching the daylights out of it. But this is a little 2-blade gun stock. But I'm going to go out on a limb here, and someone could tell me, hey, Big J's an idiot. Big J don't know his knives. But I'm going to say that this thing was made by Queen Cutlery, because look at the tang stamp. Case.
You got to blow it up.
Yeah, I'm going to try. This is just.
I know it's a million things to do.
So look at the tang stamp, how it's circled like that. That isn't, Case did have some different tang stamps and whatnot, but Queen, actually Case, I think, contracted Bluegrass Cutlery to make some of their higher end lines, like the Case Classics and things like that. And I'm going to go on a limb, and I believe Queen made some of them for Bluegrass, or whoever it was that made those for Case. But I'm going to say that these are the ones that were made by Queen. But yeah, this is.
Love the handles on it.
So Jersey said, I got my gun stock to show you. It's a Case, the one you bought. So he might have one just like this. But this right here, I got it off Lee out there for, I don't know, $40. I think I paid for this, because I went back on a Sunday. That's the best time to go, on a Sunday afternoon, because he's not wanting to carry all that stuff back out to his car. The more he sells, the lighter it's going to be. So
you get some great deals.
Well, I treat him good. He treats me good. We got a good relationship. Like you and that guy at the store, you're allowed to go back behind the counter.
Yep.
And that's kind of how Lee treats me. So it's just a great, and it's going to be so sad when we can't do that no more.
Cool. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah, absolutely will. The place where I go, they may be selling the place too, so we'll see. But yes, the knife I want to show is another. When I first started collecting, it's another Kershaw. This is the Kershaw Shuffle 2. This knife here is a great knife. I'm never gonna get rid of this knife right here. When I first got into collecting, I actually took the pocket clip off of this because I like just to throw it in my pocket. I don't know. I just wanted to take it off. But this knife goes right into your pocket very, very easily. I love the blade on this. You know, you have that bottle opener in the back. Kind of like a, you can use this as I can as a pry bar. But anyways, you got that blade. Love that blade on there. Love that blade on there. Kershaw Shuffle 2, guys. Just a great, great EDC. I know a lot of people do own this knife, but this is one that I got when I first started collecting. And like I said, I still throw this in my pocket from time to time. And it's just a great, great blade. You can get so much work done. You can get your straight cuts done with that. Yeah, just a nice knife. So another one that I picked up, this is also in the HCR 13 MOV. Again, guys, if you know how to sharpen, it's not a problem. It's a good blade, though.
And a lot of people don't understand that just because you think your knife is dull, it might not be dull. It may just need stropped. You know what I mean?
That's it. Hey, Thrifty Knifty, he just had a funny comment. He said, Tom shuffles when he runs.
What the heck, Thrifty, man?
Tom, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Oh, get over here, he says. He's chasing his grandkids around, shuffling through the yard.
You guys are so funny. Thrifty Knifty's hilarious. He's hilarious. But yeah, that's one of mine there that I got when I first started collecting, and that knife isn't going anywhere. Love that knife.
And you know how I was talking that Queen made some case knives, and Paul Bessemer says, and he's the guy who won last week. Queen did so over for case. I don't remember the years. Now Smoky Mountain Knife Works owns Queen, and it's and also Smoky Mountain has contracted a company out of I don't know how to pronounce it, Utica, New York, to make some USA made Queen knives. They got that big trapper knife now. I watched a video on it. Gosh, I forget who put it out though, but someone had got one of those new Queen trappers, and man, that thing was hefty. I think it weighed 5 ounces. So it's a hefty trapper, but it's USA made. So hey, go on Smoky Mountain and support the workers here in the United States. Why not?
And I'm just going to grab a drink. You're going to show a knife? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to show, actually, there's a second one that I got that, I got the 940, and then I was like, hey, maybe I need something a little more hefty or something I'm not too afraid to go out and maybe drop in the woods because it's got some collar to it. Because you drop that 940 in the woods, it's going to take you a minute to find it if you're not a very sharp guy. But I got the old Grizzly Ridge. The Benchmade Grizzly Ridge. This thing is a beast. S30V steel. It's hefty. It's got this rivery on the handles. A lot of people complain about it, but it does have some grip. But if you look, I haven't used this knife a lot. I carried it for I want to say I carried it for 5 months. I took it on a couple of trips with me, but not enough to ding it up at all. But it does got some beautiful color if we look at the thumb studs on it. But it's all around just a beautiful knife, and you can take your pocket clip off and do a lefty or righty, but I immediately, again, got me a deep pocket carry clip and threw it on there. But if we look, you got the see-through construction with full liners, very similar to the Crew Carta Para 2 on the build, except this runs a lot smoother than the Crew Carta Para 2, a lot smoother. But yeah, I got this one here a couple months after that 940, just because I wanted something a little shinier to take when I'm in the woods, and thought, because if I drop that 940 in the woods and I don't find it, that's going to be a bad moment for Mr. J.
Yeah. What knife is that, Big J?
That's the Benchmade Grizzly Ridge.
Man, that's nice.
It's more of like a hunting knife. It's got the I don't like the recurve blade on it because those can be a pain in the butt to sharpen, but
yeah.
I would love to take that and send it in and just say, hey, man, just put me a regular drop point on there. Drop point blade style. And I don't know if they do it or not, but it'd be nice to ask.
How much was that when you bought it?
140.
That ain't bad.
No, it's very affordable, for the size and the grip. They just don't sell that well.
Right.
Because everyone wants a 940 or a bug out. And Georgia actually talked about the bug outs being so expensive now. You know, the bug outs now, I think my son was getting one for Christmas. They're like $170 some dollars they wanted for it.
Yeah.
Just a regular bug out, but now they're calling it, they've got some different material that they're making the handles out of that are supposed to be a little more stronger. And his have those handles, but you know, to me, I mean, how many people are sitting there just squeezing their handles saying, you know, the bug outs still run perfectly smooth, in my opinion.
I'm going to show you guys a knife, another one I got here when I first started out. This is one of my favorite cold steels. I don't know, I just can't put this knife down as far as the EDC goes. And I actually sent this knife to Big J, and he took a liking to it as well. This is the Cold Steel Air Light, and I love this knife. I absolutely love this knife from Cold Steel. So it's thin profile. You guys can see that thin profile right there. You got that pocket clip on there. It has a, I don't know. Listen to that snap. That's like Big J says, like a firecracker goes off when you open it. You know, I'm not big into, you know, names on the blade and stuff, but with this knife, I don't care because it's just such a great, great knife. Back lock on here. You know, when you look at this knife, this is like your, I don't know, the knife that you would think of when you think of a knife. But you get a great, great, great purchase on this. I think this is about a 4-inch, right around a 4-inch blade. So you're getting, you know, you're getting plenty of blade length there. This is in the AUS 10A. This one's made in Taiwan, but just a great knife from Cold Steel. Has the dual pocket studs on, thumb studs on there. That back lock right here in the middle, which I like it here in the middle, because you don't have to go so far back like on a buck. You have to go way back here to hit that back lock. This one's right here in the middle. And if you keep your index finger right here, that'll just drop right when you hit that, drop right on your index finger, and you can close it up. I really like this one from Cold Steel, guys.
That is a great knife.
Yeah, it is. It is. I got this knife off of Amazon. It's not that expensive. You know, to some people, it could be in the budget range. You know, but very good knife from Cold Steel.
Yeah. And again, I want to mention that I did get some gifts this week, and I don't want to show them on here because I think they deserve a full video by themselves before I show them off on a live. So I want people to know that in case they're listening or watching now. But with stuff like that, I take it very personal, and I really want to do a full video on it before I show it on lives. One thing that I want to show you, and it's a knife we were talking about last night. You and I were talking last night about the Schrade, the Smoky Mountain knife where it got them Schrade parts.
Yep.
They were sending to China, and me and you went on to buy one. So Smoky Mountain apparently got all this new old stock material from Schrade or whoever owned it who owns it now. They sent all these USA parts, you know, the blade, the Schrade blades, and the stag and whatnot over to China, had it assembled. And you get it back, and it's a Schrade lockback, but it just has a China sticker on it, similar to how Rosecrafts come. But I wanted to show.
You're hilarious, man. I'm sorry.
Thrifty.
Hey, throw up what Thrifty just said. Thrifty, you always make me. And you know what? I stumbled over my words. The knife you think of when you think of a knife. I meant to say the blade, kind of like the shape of a knife.
Yeah, you got to give him some credit, man. He was off work 2 days this week, so you know if boss is off work, he's sick, man.
Man, I love it. You know what? I love it though. That's hilarious. Thrifty. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. But boss, I was talking, and I was like, you know, a lot of people have those old timer 6OTs. I think that's what they're called, but I actually have one. My father bought for me as a gift, I think in 96 or 97. So, you know, this knife's kind of special to me because he's no longer with us. But he got this for me and as a hunting knife, and I used it to gut and skin whitetail deer in the hills of West Virginia, guys. So I'm gonna blow it up here so you can see it a little better. But this is like what I tell you, Boston, the red-headed stepchild of the Buck 110.
Yeah.
I think I call it.
that knife. I absolutely love that knife.
Yeah, it's a great durable knife. It's hefty, and like I said, it just kind of feels exactly like the 110. But man, if you're gutting a deer or you need it in the woods, it is a little bit lighter than the 110, I believe. But just because it don't have the extra brass bolster, it's got a naked bolster. It's got a naked whatever you call it down here. Don't have a bolster on the back of it, but
yeah,
it's just a great overall design. You can put a lanyard on it, and I got this knife brand new I think come in a clam pack. But if you look at that sheath, that's from walking through the brush and the Model 4 roses and the stuff in West Virginia during deer season. So this knife means a lot to me. I'll never get rid of it because it's probably one of the only things I have from him. So
I absolutely love that knife. I actually thought about purchasing that knife numerous times off of eBay because they're on eBay. They're on there and you can get them. But I thought of purchasing that knife numerous times. I really just like the way that the design, it's similar to very similar to the 110, but it's a nice knife.
Yeah, and Scott N says, I just want to get the audience involved here for a second. He says, how many deer have buck 110s cleaned in the last 50 years? A lot. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
it'd be ungodly.
Every season that goes by, how many guys have got those 110s on their waist?
Oh, yeah. Just a great knife, man. You can't beat it. You cannot beat it for the price, for what you're getting, the heftiness. It's going to last you, as long as you sharpen it correctly. Because you've been to some flea markets probably and seen them on eBays where they're just, I don't know what they're sharpening with a grinder out there in the garage. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh,
crazy.
It's unbelievable. I know this just, and they're still selling them for like, $30 or whatever. And it's like, it's done. It's fried.
Yeah. And I'm really looking hard for a 301. And man, some of them you come across are bad. I mean, it's almost like the main clip point blade's a punch now. And they're wanting $40 or $50 for it because it's a pre-date code or something like that. And I'm like, dude, I don't care if it's pre-date code or not. I want one that looks good. You know what I mean? I just want a decent looking one. Crazy.
Here's a knife here that I got. I'm gonna bring out one of the bucks that I have when I first started collecting. This is a buck pony. This is a model number 705. You got the original box that it came in. This is back when Buck did their boxes like this. You can see pony 705. Has the paperwork in there from back in the day. This is a 1987 model. This knife's never been used. I really like this knife a lot. But this is the pony knife from Buck. When I first started collecting, I actually got this off of eBay for a really, really good price. I think I won it in a bid, and just a great, great knife from Buck. I love that it has the different color, like slightly different red tone of reddish right there. This is a little bit darker on this side. And this has the two blades on it. But yeah, the Buck 705 pony. And I actually know somebody that just got all of the Buck 700s, Mr. Big J. But
got all of them.
Or close to it, right?
I got all of them.
Yeah, you got. That's what I mean. Okay, yeah, all of them. Yep. But yeah, the Buck 705. This is a 1987 model. Great knife from Buck. Great knife from Buck. Yeah.
I love the things. It was so fun chasing them, and now I'm after the 300 series, and it's just great. And I'm going to throw up something here from Sean Fleming because I have one. He said, does the work sharp knife sharpener work the best for someone with angle issues? It does a great job for me. The only problem is a lot of your smaller knives, like the one Boston just showed, it's not gonna work in that. Something like Boston has right there, the pony, you're gonna have to freehand sharpen that. But the precision adjust is what I have, and it works great.
Is he which workshop is he talking about though? Because there's the one that I have.
Yeah, Can you show yours real quick? because
Yeah.
I got the precision adjust, which is you clamp your knife in it, and you're moving the rod back and forth. That works great, but you need a taller blade. So if you're wanting to sharpen something smaller, like a buck, say a buck 301 or something like that, you're going to have to use what Boston has right there.
Yeah, I mean, you have this one here, Sean, which I swear by this. I sharpen. I mean, hey, whatever. I sharpen all my knives on this. I mean, I don't. I'm able to do it. But you have the what do you want to call these? The angle. Your guide. Where you can put your knife on, and it gives you the angle that you need to sharpen your knife. But you get your higher grit and your lower grit. You have your leather on the back here. You have your ceramic rod, and this is on YouTube, Sean. YouTube, guys. I'm sorry, I'm still fighting this cold, man. It was sick, whatever. This is on Amazon. Yeah, I forget what's this going for. Was it like $35?
35 to $40.
$35 to $40. And then you also have the one that BigJ's talking about, which I'll let him talk about.
Yeah, it's a precision adjust. It's a tabletop. It's a tabletop angle clamp system, but like I said, you need a taller blade. They do have a Pro Series. I don't know anything about the Pro Series yet. I watched one video on it and then turned it off. JC pipes and knives, but they also make the Kin Onion series with a belt on it. I also have that one, but that's gonna. I don't know. I use that one mostly for like hatchets and larger knives that I really don't. To me, I just really get a lot of meditation and just overall. I just love sharpening knives freehand and stuff. So I got some DMT stones, and that's mostly how I sharpen now is with DMT stones and a stone holder. It just does something for me. I don't know. And then when I can just take the hair and it just flies off my arm, I'm like, I don't know, just something about it. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, really, I think. And when I'm sharpening, I'm just in the moment of just focusing on that. I don't know.
I was just gonna say that it gives you a sense of accomplishment because you can take a dull blade, something that's not working right, it's not cutting right, and while you're sharpening too, it's like you're meditating kind of. It's like you're in your chi. Sean did say he was talking about the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, and I got the upgrade kit for mine because I didn't have the upgrade kit. It wasn't out when I bought mine, and I did buy the upgrade kit for it. But it's great if you're going to sharpen, like say the Benchmade 940. It does wonders with that. Like a bug out, it'll work fine with that. But a smaller blade, and it would do great in like a buck 112. It sharpened that really good too. It's just a smaller knife with blades like this one here. You just ain't gonna be able to use it for that because you don't have enough meat and potatoes here to get the clamp on there, and then that your sharpening stone to clear that clamp. So,
I will say though, if you are in the field, that field sharpener works great. You just bring it in your pack. It really does work great. I swear by that field sharpener.
Yeah, they sell them all over the place too. The field sharpener, the one you got.
Yeah.
I really need to pick one up, but I got them DMT diamond stones, and they're small enough, but I can't just put them in a pack and carry them around. I need something that I can just throw in my pack and have it, just because I need to be prepared, man. You never know when your knife's going to get dull.
Yeah. I like JO's comment. JO just said, he said the Precision Elite in the field sharpener is a great combo. I can use Precision Elite for Victorinox just barely. Yeah, exactly. You that's exactly what Jay's talking about right now.
Yeah.
That is a great combo. Yep.
Yeah, because if your blade's a short, man, it just ain't gonna clear it, and your stone's gonna rub on your clamp and just
like you said, the knife doesn't have the meat and potatoes to grab. Also.
Yeah. And Mike Curtis says if anyone wants to learn how to sharpen. And I know that you and I have talked about this. Neves Knives, man, that guy can sharpen anything free-handed. So you could go watch his videos and learn a lot about freehand. He does a lot of system sharpenings because I believe a lot of systems send him their units for him to test and stuff. And he's very entertaining, I should say. I like his stuff. So
Yeah. Scott N, I just seen your comment, and you said Amazon will deliver the field sharpener to Massachusetts. Knives, no. Machetes, yes. It's a Boston thing. Yes, yeah, I haven't. I moved right outside of Boston. That's the area I'm from, but I moved right outside of Boston. But up in New Hampshire, they do deliver knives. I didn't know that they won't deliver knives to Mass. Um, that's something that's crazy. That's absolutely. And talk about Amazon. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but we also have that group of people. I forget what they're called, but they're working on knife laws across the states, trying to get better knife laws. And that's something that really is that's nuts. That is just nuts. Not being able to send knives to certain states like that, deliver knives to certain states like that.
Yeah, I believe that Big Red EDC talks about that a lot because he lives in Washington, and so there's knives that are legal in California, which is nuts, that aren't allowed in Washington. So I
Yeah,
think Washington State has some of the strictest knife laws in the United States.
yeah, it's crazy. Were you up or am I up to show a knife?
Probably me. So I'm going to show. Let's go with the old trusty. Actually, I got to get one from over here. So just hang tight for just a second.
Go ahead. Yeah, guys. As you can see, man,
Now this one isn't the original one, but how many people own a full-size Saudi from the 70s?
Wow. Yeah, I love that knife that you have.
Hold on, we'll blow it up here. I found this in a crusty box at a flea market, man. It was covered in red rust. It was bad. Like, it was just covered in red rust. And I've got it to this point here. If you look, we got pitting right here, but I could take sandpaper and remove material, but man, that just gives it some character. But it's a full size. Look at that purchase you can get on that beast.
Yeah,
It's got
handle.
Plenty of walk and talk still in it. And I've got so much oil on it, it's hard to get a hold of to open because it's so tight. But yeah, it got some gunk in her. Got a little gunk in her still. I need to get cleaned out, but I want to say this is a 70. Hold on just a second. I can't count the dots. I believe there's 5 dots or 4 dots, so a 76 model. But
Yeah.
a lot of people started on those in the hay fields and in the hay fields and the sawmills of West Virginia. That's what a lot of people had on them because that's really all they could afford, and it got the job done for them. So
yeah. I still don't have a full size Saudi. I got the Saudi Junior, but yeah, I really like that, especially that one there being back from the 70s, man. I just love older knives that it's like touching something from you know what I mean, years.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Well, I showed this one here in a short this week. This is 65 through 69 model.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's nice.
That short I did. I'm taking my walks at lunch.
Yeah. I like the way you're doing now when you're walking and showing knives.
Yeah, I found a hiding spot because if I do that,
Yeah, yep.
And I'm seen. So there's a little hiding spot behind a building where we keep heavy equipment and stuff. So I go back there and do it. I try to get in the sunlight. So
I just wanted to say, so a few people, and I think Mike Curtis too. So what I was talking about changing the knife laws, Doug Ritter, that's who it was, Doug Ritter. Mike Curtis said Doug Ritter is fixing knife laws. Yeah, he is, and that's my dog, and he's doing a great job with that. There's actually a website you can go to if anyone knows it, or you could even look it up, probably just by looking up Doug Ritter. But there's a website you can go to support that, and he's doing a really good job with that change and trying to fix knife laws and stuff.
And is that all across the United States?
Yeah.
That's good. Yes.
Because they're ridiculous. Some of the, like where I'm like in the city. So you have Massachusetts and then you have the city of Boston, kind of like Illinois, right? And then Chicago, right?
Yeah. It's its own state. Yes.
Yeah. So in Boston, in the city of Boston, I believe it's like 2.5 inches or 2 inches. I mean, you don't
What
even
do you?
barely get a knife 2 inches. I mean, you can, but it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah,
Join Knife Rights. Mike
yeah,
Curtis right there. It's called Join Knife Rights. Guys, go over there, check that out. Support that. But yeah, it's stupid. Like I said, in Massachusetts, different areas has different lengths, but in the city, it's like 2 inches or 2.5 inches, and they're strict on it. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Um,
And Scott N says Knife Rights has an app that tells you what's legal wherever you are, and
yeah,
that's great because
yep,
I travel a lot. If I'm going back home, but between here and where I'm going, it's a little more lax the further east I go. Go through Indiana, then to Ohio, then in West Virginia. So really not a lot to worry about. But if I was going south towards Texas, I don't know what's legal going that way. So that'd be great information to have right there.
yeah. When I was traveling, I was driving truck. I was going over to but I had to go for a meeting to New York, and New York has some serious. They have some pretty serious knife laws. I took this one with me. Small. I took the Buck and Mini Spitfire. I love this knife right here. This is the Buck Mini Spitfire, and the reason why I took this is because of knife laws. I wanted to respect it. I actually did a video when I was in New York of this knife. I love this little knife, little backlock. Um, just a great small knife from Buck. I believe this is 2.5 inch blade length. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's right around there, 2.5 inch. Just a nice knife from Buck. You can get these on Amazon and different websites. But yeah, I took this with me when I went out there.
Yeah,
Guys,
and you did that video, and I was like, man, that's what I need to shoot videos. We're in a hotel room because it was so quiet. There was no noise.
none,
And,
none.
here we got fans and dogs and people opening doors and stuff.
Watch,
But guys, I got my own room now. Look at my own room I got. This is awesome. I love it. And Thrifty says everything is legal. He just says, buck the system, take what you want, wherever you want to go. This is America.
That's pretty much what I do. The only time I did it when I really was when I went out to New York, just because I was driving, and if you ever got pulled over, whatever. But I know what you're saying. Guys, we're approaching that 90-minute mark. I just want to say real quick, guys, thank you, for being here again. All of you guys that are in the chat right now. We look forward to this every week. And I kind of feel bad. Again, I'm going to say it because I haven't put out any content. I do feel bad about that. So bear with me. I'm actually putting out a video tonight. I'm going to be doing a pocket dump. And Big J was the one that he did one just yesterday or the day before. I think yesterday it came out. And that was a cool video. But I'm going to be doing a pocket dump video tonight. And that's going to be out tonight. But guys, just I apologize that my content really hasn't been out. I've been sick, like I said, and I had some issues with my phone too, where there was too much storage in my phone. Oh, I didn't have enough storage, I should say, for my phone. Yeah. So, but I'll have one out tonight. Thank you guys for bearing with me, and staying there, and keep the comments rolling, guys. Nasal spray, yeah. Yep.
JC Pipes and Knife says loves the nasal spray. Jay,
yeah,
I live off the shit.
Yep.
And I know Boston feels like absolute trash. He's been sick all week. So it's definitely great that he come on and co-hosted this, because doing this by myself, I don't know if I can pull it off by myself or not. So it's great that he took time to do this. And guys, don't forget, like, subscribe. After this is over, if you could go back into the live and maybe like it and leave a comment to help the algorithm, to help this live reach even more people. So eventually we got 50, 60 people in here. I think tonight the most we had was 31 or 32, which is good. I mean, I think one time before we had 34. I'd love to get us over that 40 mark. That would be absolutely awesome if we could do that. So guys, it's just, we want to thank you so much for coming along for this. And I already got my email from James. I just checked now because I was going to mention where my email address was at, but he actually already emailed me. So I'm going to be getting that stuff out to him, and I'll forward his email to you as well, Boston, so you have that. And Boss, do you have any last words?
Yeah, just thank you guys. Thank you. Seriously. Yeah. I think that giveaway we did was cool tonight. Congratulations to the winner. So as was named Paul, right? That won last week.
Yeah, Paul won last week. Paul Bessemer.
Paul, I'm back to work this coming Monday. Your package will be in the mail this week. This coming week. Sean, your package will be in the mail this coming week, and a sticker as well. And yeah, guys, just thank you. You know, I'm not going anywhere. Big J ain't going anywhere. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe, because we have a lot more coming. I'm going to be pumping out the videos. So thank you for bearing with me. I've been sick, like I said, but guys, just thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. You know, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and then go back. Big J said, you know, go back, like this video. Let's keep it rolling, guys.
Yeah. And I just wanted to mention that I'm gonna have 2 cool videos coming out. I haven't shot them yet, but I got 2 really nice gifts from 2 different people, and I deserve they deserve their own video. That's why I didn't show them tonight. So look for those videos. They'll probably be coming out Tuesday and Thursday. So it's going to be fun to do them, because I really wasn't expecting these things. And guys, stay tuned, because there's going to be some good content coming out.
And thank you guys for you guys saying get well. I appreciate it. Thank you guys a lot. We'll definitely catch you on the next one.
All right, guys. Peace out. Stay sharp and stay strong.